The following podcast is brought to you by Iconic Nation Media. Welcome to In Studio with Kimberly Lovey, where mindset meets motherhood, media meets mogul energy, and every episode feels like a front row seat to the life you're meant to lead. The podcast where ambition meets authenticity and we make success look oh so good, all while having lots of laughs. I'm Kimberly Lovey, wife, mom of three, founder of Iconic Nation Media, and the CEO who's been there, built that, all while chasing toddlers and even making an occasional appearance on the tennis courts. This show is your front row seat to the real talk behind building a brand, raising a family, and becoming the most iconic version of you. We cover business, mindset, motherhood, media, and all the messy moments in between. Every week, I'm joined by visionaries, creators, and changemakers who aren't afraid to share the unfiltered magic behind their come up. This isn't just a podcast. This is your all-access pass to finally play big. Let's play boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically together. So grab your matcha, fix that crown, and get ready to step into the studio. In Studio with Kimberly Lovey, because your next level has been waiting, and it's fabulous. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am joined by my beautiful, amazing friend, Michal Rouse. Welcome.
Hi.
She is in studio, honey. I'm so happy.
I am so happy to be here.
I feel like we've been through it.
We have. I can't even believe we're finally here.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey.
Explain.
I just feel like the last, 6 months for both of us have been...
6 months to it felt like 5 years.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I'm sitting here.
Where do we even begin to explain to people
I know.
what we just went
The trauma.
Okay, yes, we're trauma bonded. Wait a minute. Let me back up. McCall and I are friends through our kids' school. Is that how we met?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And I produce her sister-in-law's podcast also.
Yes.
But also we're just obsessed with each other.
Always.
We fangirl over each other, and that's what we're going to talk a lot about today.
Yes. We are sending each other the Instagrams of you go girl, you're a badass. I got your back.
100%. So here's the deal, McCall, and you can tell your full story, but just at a high level, she and I were building our businesses and our studios in parallel, with her being a little bit further ahead of me. When did you start building your studio?
December.
December.
Yeah, December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I closed on my lease March 1st.
Yes.
Technically. But I had started a week before. They gave me a week to start. So McCall has a gorgeous, amazing
Thank you.
Pilates studio. Tell us about how that started. How did this all, I've watched all of it, but tell everybody.
It's a whole thing.
Tell us the whole thing.
But the way I got my current studio that I'm in, I had a home studio and it was amazing. I call it the little studio that could.
Aww.
And it started with one machine and wound up having 3, wound up having 20 classes a week. I went from teaching neighbors and mom friends to having over 200 people come through my house to take class.
It's insane.
Which was amazing. And in December, we wound up selling our house. And it wasn't planned. It just kind of happened. Mm-hmm. And we had to move really quickly. So we moved, and I was
really quickly.
Really quickly.
A week.
In a week. And it was one of those things where it's hey, you're going to move. We're going to give you this much. How much do you want? And so we were crazy, and we did it and moved in a week. And so I couldn't even tell my clients that I was moving. It was that fast. And so I was oh my gosh, I am out of a studio. I have nowhere to go, and I have all these clients. What am I going to do? So I drove around and looked for space in my area, and I found something in an amazing shopping center.
Right by Erewhon. Erewhon.
Right next to Erewhon in Calabasas. And I was okay, sign the lease and fast forward, I'm like, okay, we're going to put new floors in and paint the walls and throw some machines in there and call it a day.
Yeah. How did that go? Easy, right?
So easy. Let me tell you,
And so cheap.
I was so cheap. I am like crying in my car one day. And I'm like, oh my God, Kimberly, I think I need your contractor. Like, I'm fighting with the floor
This
guy.
was us every other day.
Every other day, it was like
We were calling
something.
each other
She's
crying.
like, what paint color are you using? Like, we're just going back
Wait
and
a
forth.
minute. We cannot understate your role in my studio because it's because of you that my studio looks the way it does.
Your studio is beautiful, but
My
you have
studio?
great taste.
No, you have.
But
great
I came in
taste
and I was
that
like,
copied.
listen, you're doing this, you're not doing that. This is way too expensive. You don't even realize. And I don't know. So fast forward, now I have a studio and it's amazing.
And it is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I have yet to take a class because I've been so heads down.
Yeah. Where have you been?
But I've been right here, trying to get my own construction done, which I feel like I'm finally there. We
Getting
still have
there.
to decorate and things like that. But I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Like, really so proud of you because, you know, it's so crazy. Just like what you said, like, oh, I'll just, you know, put in paint, floors, and a couple machines and it'll be fine. Unless you have truly walked the walk of starting a business from zero,
which is crazy.
and then especially a brick and mortar that requires a lot of a heavy lift.
Yes.
So, okay, here's what happened, you guys. I went to see McCall's studio and she was in construction still. And when I saw it, I was like, wait, this is literally the same shape as my studio. That's crazy.
It's just a big box.
And it was so helpful because you had already laid down your floors and done your paint, or you were in the middle of painting. And there's like 17 layers and you already had picked out so many things. And I'm like, wait, this is like me getting to see what it would look like if I picked this. I'm like, I love this so much and we're doing totally different things. Can I just like steal this idea of like the aesthetic? And you were, so initially my vision was to have this all be the wood floors. So in my studio, for those of you that haven't been here, it's the office portion and then it's the studio portion. It's small, it's not big. And as soon as I started working on the floors, everybody was like, yeah, you don't need wood here. Like, that's not the right,
No.
like for studio, like there's like studio paint. There's all these things that I did not know about. Thankfully, my team knows all about it. Long story short, I ended up adapting it to my office. But anyway, every step of the way, here's what I really want to say about you that matters so much. And we're going to talk about this. The thing that I love so much about McCall, which there's a lot of things. One of the biggest things I will say is that she is confident enough to help other women
All the time.
all the time. She gave me she gave me her playbook, which is like most people won't do that, right? She gave me everything from her paint color to her exact flooring, which I ended up buying. Thank God it came back in stock. She gave me so much help, so many tips.
I love doing that.
But it was so helpful and so important to my success. I had you come to the studio the first day, like when
I remember.
How was that?
It
Share.
was a disaster. Like, I walked in and I was just, where am I right now? And the ceilings were like those low office building ceilings, and the flooring was gross, and the bathroom was gross. And if you saw what it looks like now, for everyone watching, it's like night and day. It looks like a designer showroom.
Thank you. And really, I cannot say, like, I cannot understate this enough how much this woman here helped me. Like, really.
So it's so funny because I remember when I first had kids and I would be in these like mommy groups. You know, you're on Facebook, and all the moms are, do you have a nanny? What mommy and me group do you go to? Like, do you have a sleep consultant? Do you have a night nurse? And I was always the one who was like, how can I connect you with this person or that? It's my favorite thing to do in life is to help other women just like figure it out.
That is so special because from my experience, maybe it's living out here, a lot of women are just
like that.
They're simply not nice.
No,
they're not nice. They're not only are they not helpful and they're not nice a lot of times. This isn't everyone, but this is a real thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing where they not only are they not nice to you and they're in their minds better than you, there's 0% chance they're going to help you.
So
it's rare where we live.
It's funny you say that, and I won't take you down the avenue of this whole story, but part of why I got to where I am right now is because of conflict with other women who couldn't uplift, couldn't support, couldn't see the bigger picture. And it's kind of funny. I was working at another studio. I trained there. I was like their number one client, paying the most money, buying all the things, supporting all the people there. And when I got trained, I was like, I'm going to do this little thing in my house and like work with my mom friends and kind of just like see how it goes. And I continued to work out from time to time, continued to teach at my house. And one day I go to the studio and the owner pulls me in this like private room and she goes, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. What's up?" Sits me down and she goes, I'll never forget this. She says, "So you have a home studio and I have this studio and you have these Pilates machines and we have the same brand Pilates machines and you have branded water bottles and we have branded water bottles. So we're competition now." And she goes, "So unfortunately, this is a business decision, but you can't work out here anymore." Oh, can you believe that? And the first thing I said to this person was, "I cannot believe that you would think so low of my integrity and who I am as a person." Not once did I ever go in there and say, "Hey, everyone who works out here, I have a studio, come work out in my studio." Never. I was just being a mom, going about my day, dropping my kids off at school, going to get a workout in, and then going to work out with my friends. And clearly this bothered that person. So I remember walking out of there that day and I thought to myself, I go, this is going to be the biggest mistake this person has ever made. Why? Because it drove me to want to push myself harder, to be more successful in my home studio, and to really just be like, I did this, like I got this, like you are not gonna stop me from living my life or putting fear into me. And I did. And so I went from, like I said, having 5 like neighbor mom clients who would walk to my house to having over 200 people come through my door. And I had like about 75 full-time like good clients who would come consistently. But I was not going to let one person like put fear in me or scare me or make me feel like I couldn't do something. In fact, it just drove me to want to be more successful.
Love that. That unstoppable determination is what it's grit.
It is.
And it is so impressive. I've watched you be so determined. Like I watched you go through all the classes because when you're a Pilates instructor, just being an instructor. You came
to some of my like practice classes that I did.
But even before that, I remember you were going and you had to get a certain number of hours.
Yeah.
And like this was like a 9-month, I believe, education and training. Like none of this, like you're summarizing it, but this was like a couple years of really hard fucking work. And then I love that part of like you being like, no one's gonna tell me no. Like fuck that shit.
No. Yes, fuck that shit. Because
fuck that shit.
Like as a woman especially, if you do Pilates, every exit you get off on the freeway, there's like 5 studios. Everywhere you go, there's classical, athletic, Legree, like there's so many different styles. And think about how many women there are and men. There is like room for everyone. So for someone to say, this is my space and I'm the only one who can do it and I'm not going to support anyone else who does what I do and I see it as a conflict, it just blows my mind. I love going to studios. I love taking classes. I love supporting teachers. I've had a few girls that I've mentored who have been in training programs, and I've let them, when I had a home studio, come to my house. I gave them feedback. I let them practice. I've gone and taken their classes. I've told them what I think that they can improve because I want them to be a better teacher. I want them to be more confident. And I love teaching people how to teach. I love teaching women how to be more successful in what they're doing and empowering them.
I love that too.
So that's just what I'm all about.
I love it. And God has rewarded you over and over again.
Over and over.
Because I can say this, but you're not going to say it, but I will. Like, you have a really successful business. Your studio is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
She has all kinds of incredible humans, whether they're just, I don't want to say just, whether they are just local moms like I am, or celebrities, professional athletes, whatever comes through your door.
It's incredible.
You have a cult-like following. Your business exploded. People are like obsessed.
It's
called Crane Pilates, by the way, for those of you that are local.
And come check it out.
Yes, come check it out. And I did take your class, which was even before you were officially.
Yeah, like really doing my studio.
I loved it. I was sore for 3 days. I was like, I don't think I can go back for like another 3 weeks, which is probably why I've shied away, because I'm like, I'm so out of shape right now. But I just love the fact that you have such determination, and it was a big pivot because you were staying home before that, correct?
So originally I was staying home. Prior to that, I did marketing. So I came from the marketing field for, I don't know, 10 plus years. And then I stopped working eventually once I had kids and was a stay-at-home mom. But the funny thing is, being a stay-at-home mom is a lot of work.
Oh, yes.
But I always felt like I needed to use my brain in a different way. So I feel so fulfilled because I've set myself up in a way now that I can do what I love. I can use my brain. I can make things function. I run my business front end, back end. I'm like hiring, social media, HR. I'm doing it all. And then I can go pick my kids up from school and like take them to basketball or swim and like be there.
And have it all.
And you know, it's funny, I was thinking about this like over the last few days. When I wasn't working, I tried a lot of different things. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I thought about what I love to do. And when they say like, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And I thought, what are the things I love to do every day that are part of me and my life and what I do, and how can I make money doing it? And so when I tapped into that, Pilates was the first thing that was like a ding, ding, ding. And so I say to women, like, I think it's great to have a 9 to 5. It's great to have these jobs in corporate America to make money, but do what you love. Like, if you love doing makeup and you love doing hair, go do that as a career. You'll be so much happier than sitting at a desk and like commuting 45 minutes and hating your life.
100%. And I think you hit on something else that's true for me too, and so many women. It's very relatable. But look, I was a corporate executive and I was making a shit ton of money. Like, and I am proud of that because I did not come from money, and I put myself through school, and it was a fucking fight. So I say it completely with confidence and proudly. At the same time, when my mom got sick, when I was going through IVF, COVID, all these things, I fought so hard to keep my corporate job. It just didn't work for me anymore. It didn't work for our family anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny because this is really the first time I've reflected to be like, oh, we kind of have it all in that way, because it doesn't feel like that, right?
Know.
It, like, from the outside looking in, I'm like, oh wow, this girl, like, she has it all, she does it all. Like, I'm jealous, she's amazing. But I have watched you, and
it's a lot of work.
It's so much work. It is so much determination. It is so much money. And you and I both are really proud. I hope it's okay if I share this. But you and I, the finances, I don't want to tiptoe around this because this is really important. It really has been hard for both of us to finance this. And thankfully, we are in marriages where our husbands do great, and we're so grateful for that. I feel like I can speak for you on this. But you and I both built our businesses by
We
ourselves.
self-funded.
All
which
self-funded.
was crazy.
Which is ridiculous. Like, oh, all of this paint, yeah, it cost me $14,000.
Yes.
Like, it's big numbers.
And you know what's funny you say that, because so many people will say to me, they're like, oh, what does your husband do? Or they're like
it's your
they
little
think
side
it's like a
hustle,
little
like
side
your
hustle.
cute little...
And I'm like, no, I invested every single penny
Yes.
of this from my own money into this business. So when I was negotiating with the contractor and the painter and even my lease, I was doing it, and it was all me. And I would say to my husband, like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Like, I want your advice.
Right.
But every decision I've made has been mine, and I can own it proudly. And so when I walk in my studio, you know, I'm like cleaning the floors and
I was just
picking up the
sweeping, yeah.
trash and
Yeah.
like doing all the things. But I'm so proud of it because I can say, like, it's mine.
is yours.
It's my baby.
It is your baby.
Yeah.
And why is that important for you? Like, owning your own space, like, what does that mean to you? Because I do think that 99% of women in our situation, where we could easily have tapped our husband, or maybe well, for me, I don't have wealthy parents. Well, whatever. Anyway,
Friends, family, the whole,
we could have like figured out ways for people to help us, and we didn't. How come? Like, what was it for you that was so important about willing to like risk all of your life savings?
I don't know. You know, I was thinking about this too. I got my first job when I was 15, and I didn't need to. And my parents were like, why are you doing this? Like, you're a kid. I wanted to work in the summer. I wanted to earn money. I graduated college with a job before I even graduated, making over $100,000 a year. And that was a really long time ago.
In the 1900s.
In the 1900s. So I've just always been so motivated to work, to make money, to do something with my brain, and just like have a little bit more purpose. And I love that my kids see me go to work every day and do what I love. Like, they get to see that, and I think it's so great.
I think it's so great
Yeah.
too. I think it is incredible.
It's the best feeling.
Well, here's the thing that I think is so important is, well, one, it fills up your cup.
Totally.
Because you aligned yourself with something you truly love. So the hard work feels like it's worth it.
It's totally
because you just love it so much. But I think that it builds self-confidence, and that's really important. Here's why this is
totally.
so important. When shit gets hard in life, when somebody dies, when you're getting bullied from a group of friends, quote unquote friends, or you get shit on in business, like, this stuff happens. Life is lifing, and that's what happens. I mean, I'm not trying to say doom and gloom all day long, but the reality is we have to be tough. We have to be tough.
We do.
Like, it doesn't matter how much money your family might have or what other successes exist with those around you. At the end of the day, nobody can put in the hard work for you, and no one can make you feel whole but yourself.
It's true.
What I think is so powerful about everything you just did is it has reinforced unshakable confidence in yourself. And clearly you're the type of person that you've done this now over and over and over in different ways in your life, starting with, I'm going to get a job and make my own money at 15. I'm going to go through college and I'm going to go get that 6-figure job. Like, these are all achievements that you have done on your own that no one can take from you.
I know. And it's so amazing. I'm like, no one's given me that. And
they can't touch you.
You can't. And it's so funny because as a mom, you start out, you're insecure, you want to make mom friends, you want to fit in. And the older I get, the more I realize I'm becoming so comfortable with myself and who I am and my self-worth, and knowing what it's taken me to get here, that I wake up and I'm like, I'm good with who I am. If you don't want to like me or you don't want to be my friend, like, all good.
All good.
All good.
Well, and I always say this, like, I just recorded a conflict resolution podcast. It was a solo episode out on Mondays now, guys, Mindset Mondays. But what I said at the end made me laugh, because it's so true that, you know, there's such thing as taking control and flipping the script, and in a healthy way. And I remember when I was dating a long time ago, my mom would be like, Kim, turn the tables, like, take control is what she's saying. And what I realized is when someone doesn't like you, a lot of times we internalize it. Like we feel bad.
Oh, totally.
We feel really, and I'm really sensitive.
Totally.
And so there's a lot of like me beating myself up kind of thing. And like, you know, self-doubt comes in, all of that. And what I realized though is, wait a minute, I don't even fucking like you. I'm sharing that because this is important for everyone to understand.
It really is.
It's really,
especially for women.
Yes.
Especially
if
for women.
Somebody does, my theory is if someone doesn't like you, one, that's perfectly okay. They are allowed to choose who they like. They are allowed to energetically align with whoever and pick and choose their set of friends or business partners or whatever. They are allowed. Let them, right? But it's more than that. It's the realization that if somebody doesn't like me, almost always I don't like them back.
So true. You probably don't like it.
I probably don't. And I don't say that to be vicious or crass or, you know, retaliative in any way. It's just, it's the truth.
And I think as we get older, it's okay to not be friends with everyone. It's okay to not vibe or mesh with everyone.
It's just not even realistic.
No, it's like find your people and be okay with that and be okay with who you are. Like I know I am so good sitting alone at the table and doing my thing, and I don't need 15 other people around me at all times, and I'm so comfortable with myself in that way. And it's funny because I see my kids are comfortable and they're very independent, and I kind of look at, I'm like, okay, where do you get this from? I was not that independent and comfortable with myself at a young age, but I think they see it at home, and they see it maybe from me, and they see that like I'm good. I can figure things out on my own, and I don't need, you know, the whole big friend group and this and that, and I will like be okay. And
yeah,
it's just so amazing.
I want less friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I love people. I love people.
And I'm so social.
Yes.
But I want to know, like, I have my like core group of people and I'm good. And everyone else, like, I can be friendly. I can say hi. I can make conversation. But I am so good with my, like, you know, core 3 to 5 friends, and I'm happy.
Yes.
And it's okay.
It's so good because you create safe relationships emotionally that you really know who you can trust.
Yes.
And it takes time.
And it does. And it's trial and error. You're going to meet.
Sure is.
It's trial and error. Like, I know that firsthand.
Should we start naming names?
You're gonna go through like friendships and people, and you may think one friendship's gonna work for you, and maybe it doesn't. And maybe you may revisit that friendship again in the future.
Right.
And
things might change.
And things might change, and they do. And people evolve, and you just kind of find your groove.
Yeah, you do. And it was really interesting speaking with one of our mutual friends who was really struggling to find her mom friends. And I was just like, she realized that when she stopped trying so hard, she was able to relax into herself.
And then it comes.
And it came. And
Yeah.
she has her friends. And I have to tell you, I like her so much more. And
I love that.
I never got to know that experience with her, and that's why I think it's so great when you can be like
Authentically you. It's so incredible.
So much better. We all want that.
Well, it's funny, especially when your kids are young, you start at school, everyone's like on their best behavior, or everyone's trying so hard, everyone wants to be friends with everyone, and then over time, kids get older, like people start to show their true colors and personalities, and then you're like, oh, this is a lot, and then you kind of like find your groove.
Yeah. And that's why it's so important when friendships or any kind of relationships are deteriorating. At least for me, it's very difficult because I am such a ride or die, and I love so hard, and my whole life I have struggled with this.
If I got your back, I got your back.
Yes, and she means it, because she does. And I think because I am such a ride or die friend, my whole life I've struggled with finding people that reciprocate. And I have taken it so personally. And what I've learned though is that a lot of times people that don't reciprocate, it's because it actually has nothing to do with me. It's not.
Yeah.
And it's taken me 30 years to figure that out, because, you know, I'm only 30 years old. But what I really realized is that a lot of times when people can't reciprocate that same level is like they are not fundamentally capable. Maybe they are still grappling with their own traumas.
Yes.
Maybe it's childhood trauma, maybe it's relationship stuff, maybe it's financial stuff, body image. I mean, there's so many things that come up for people that I've learned that when people don't treat you well, one, it's probably just their own limitations and their own baggage.
Right.
It's really not about you 99% of
Yes.
the time. Which that was like mind-blowing for me. It like helped me separate myself from
totally.
what's going on, is like, oh, this actually isn't a me thing.
Yeah, no,
it's not even,
it's not even about you.
It's a you thing. And that is so important. And if you're not sure, one way you can check is look at all of the other people that have experienced them. Is this somebody that has repeatedly destroyed relationships? Do they have a clear issue that they are struggling with? Like maybe they're in the middle of a divorce, or maybe they're financially really distraught. Maybe they have a drug or alcohol issue. There might be a blaring issue, and sometimes they don't have a blaring issue. Sometimes it's their repeated patterns with those people around them. Chances are, if the person treats you a certain way, they treat everyone that way.
It's so true. And to add to that, I'm such a ride or die also. Like, when you are my friend, I will go to bat for you. I will be there for you. Like, I will be on your doorstep with food at 2:00 in the morning or whatever it may be. I'm there. And I would always be so disappointed that people wouldn't reciprocate back in the same way. And when I took a look at it, I kind of was thinking my expectations may be too high for other people. Like, other people may not react in that same way or act in that same manner, and I would expect that everyone would do the way I would do. And I've seen that not even just in friendships, but like couple friends, and just the way you kind of handle life. And not everyone handles life the way you do. And so when I kind of took that expectation out of it, or of like, well, I would be there for them, I would do this, I would do that, it just lightened it for me.
Totally. There's like a theory about that too, that's like, disappointment comes when you have expectations of things.
Yes, exactly.
And so letting go of expectations of other people to have that ability to reciprocate that same level of love and energy.
It's been such a change for me.
Yeah, it's a really
with that
big
mindset.
Yeah, it's a really helpful epiphany. And it's so interesting, because I think you're the first person that's ever like had that same experience with disappointment, or at least verbalized it.
Yes.
But I think that's why you and I have been able to bond so hard.
I know.
Because we see each other and we can really, like, you have
We
a
go
lot.
deep.
We go
go
deep.
deep.
We're connected, and we don't even get to spend that much time together
No.
because we're so busy doing our thing, and we respect that and know that. But there's something so captivating about you, and I have truly like seen over time the way you show up for people that you love and that you care about and that you feel safe with.
Yes.
And
That's
you
so huge.
really do show up. I mean, in big and small ways. And I just think it's so beautiful that you have so much. You have a beautiful life. She lives on the beach in Malibu. She has an incredible family. Her husband is cute. He's capable. He's
such a good
awesome.
guy.
Like, he's just an awesome guy. Her kids, listen to this. So I'm sorry. I'm just going to start bragging for a second. This is important though. Her oldest son skipped a grade. Now, lucky for me, I have kids in both grades.
Love
So
it.
I was like, bitch, you're
We
not
got
going
one,
anywhere.
now we got the
Just because you
other.
skipped a grade, like, you're not in
still
Charlotte's
get
grade,
each
but
other.
I'm still like with you. Like, don't even try. So that's a really big deal. And then your youngest, apparently, which we need to talk about, the 2E thing, is also off the charts brilliant. And her boys are incredibly athletic, like good looking kids, like nice boys.
They're
Like,
so sweet. They're good kids. That's the thing I love the most. I'm like, they're smart, they're cute, but they're like such good little humans.
that's so great. And it's
Yeah.
all because of you and Jason.
Well, it starts at home.
It does start at
It
home.
really does.
It does. But the fact that you have this big, beautiful business, you have a thriving home life, like everything is, you know, she shows up in her G-Wagon. You know, like you have a lot, but because I see you, I can really respect it because I know that you've gone through your own issues in terms of like self-acceptance,
same with me. Work, everything.
All of it. And the fact that I can sit there and be like, I don't sit there sitting in jealousy. I revere it. I respect it. I'm like in awe because I know you shining doesn't mean I can't shine. It means you're shining and it was hard, and I can revere that and love that for you. And then
I always say
can do the same.
Talk the talk and I walk the walk.
Yes.
And I say that confidently because I don't just say things. I do
it.
them and I act on them. And that's huge.
It's huge.
And I love to show up and support my friends, support other women, support businesses. Like if you have a business, I want to be there and support you. I am like the first one to be like, I am your first client. I am here. I'm signing up. Where do you need me? I want to be there.
You referred my business before my studio was built. You referred your sister-in-law to me. That was huge.
And her podcast is incredible.
Oh my God.
Her and Kelly are incredible.
Her and Kelly.
They're the best.
I'm like, so it's JK. It's not about you. We're about to wrap season 1 and move into season 2. And, I think just their friendship. So it's all about empty nesters, which I love because like, we're sort of in our early 40s. They're in that next phase of life. They're in their early 50s.
They're in the next. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be sitting here in like
God
10
willing.
years.
Yes.
Talking
empty
about
nesting,
that.
Crying about how, you know, your kids like took over like Harvard or Oxford or some like amazing schools, or they're a professional athlete or something. By the way, I just want to remind you, I am applying for Charlotte and London to be a spouse of either
accepting applications now
of your boys. And I am just on record because I've already said this many times that
I love it.
I am putting it out there. Free deli food for life.
Talked about like the dowry.
The dowry. My dowry is like comes in the form of like deli food.
Deli food. We're good.
I don't know what else I bring to the table, but like a good time. I'm a good time girl. I feel like we're gonna make really good in-laws.
Great in-laws.
Yeah, Brian's. You know, we're easy to travel with. We're not demanding. We're not overly bearing or controlling. I don't think.
We're all Jewish mothers.
We're like the tight Jewish mother network. So in the Jewish religion, they call it a shidduch, which is I don't know if you know that term. It's a match. Yes, good job. You knew. So yeah, I'm here for that.
I love it
because I see your boys and I'm like, those boys are awesome. Like,
thank you.
They're athletes. They're brilliant. They're kind. Like, what else do you want? I love the parents, obviously. I am here. So don't try and apply and steal my future
son-in-laws.
Oh my God. I really think we are onto this.
We are onto something.
I'm like really manifesting that for us.
I love
this. Anyway, I really want to say how grateful I am and refreshing, how magical, and like we really haven't had time to like sit here and relish in this. So we're like, it's been a grind. Like you've really been grinding.
And
I've really been grinding.
We have been busy.
Busy.
But you know what I love about it? Every time we're together, it's like we've never been apart.
Same. I know.
And it's funny because over the years, I knew you were my people because I could always get like vibe checks and we were always on the same page.
Oh, yes.
Always.
Yes.
100%. And I'm like, this is my people.
100%.
Like I can say that confidently.
Yes. Yes. Agreed. And I also feel like you and I are such not the catty girls.
No.
Like if there's stuff going on, like we can share it, but like we don't sit there like
we never sit there and like
we don't talk shit about people.
No. If anything, I'm like, what are you working on? What are you working on? Oh my God, my home life or this or that.
Yeah, like we talk about ourselves and our own problems. We might do, like you said, a vibe check. This one gave me a weird vibe, or like this weird thing happened at school. Like, what do you think? Like, did I do something wrong? Or like, you know, we're able to be friends like that.
But it's all in like a good energy.
Yeah, it's not like we're not the girls. Like we're like the anti-mean girl.
Yes, I would say.
How do we rebrand that?
I don't know.
I feel like we're onto a whole different brand. Like the night, like make something like Nice Girls.
Yeah,
like just Nice Girls. What if we just branded ourselves?
We're like the kind girls.
Yeah, really.
Not the mean girls.
No, she has these branded water bottles, and they are so beautiful. And she's the type of girl that's like, oh, I'll give you all my secrets. Like, I'll tell you the
Yes.
vendor.
I'm like, I'll give you the vendor. We'll get some made for you. Like, what? I just
We
want
talk
everyone to
openly about our
everything.
plastic surgery, trials, tribulations, wins and losses. That's important.
Everything. Super important.
We share.
Love sharing.
Yeah.
Love sharing. It makes me happy.
Me too. Me too. I really, really, really appreciate it because there are so many people out there that I really think it comes down to self-worth and self-confidence.
Yes.
It's not even about money.
No,
it's not even about that.
It's just being insecure or being very secure.
Mm-hmm. And I really see you are confident in yourself because you put in the hard work. And I podcast about it all the time that Ed Milet talks about confidence is built through keeping promises to yourself that you make. And you just said that I walk the walk. You just said. And that right there, it's like, it's so important because it's evidence that you are going to follow through, do what you say, and you can depend on yourself. Nobody can give that to you.
No one can give that to
No,
you.
no purse,
No.
no car, no husband,
No.
no mansion, like whatever the thing is that you might think that you have that sets you apart. That's not what it is. It's not those material things.
It's about who you are in here.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Okay, so tell me about 2E, about JoJo. Okay, so we were at a girls' dinner the other night, which I
That was the best girls' dinner I think I've ever been to.
Literally,
like literally.
We were in the middle of Calabasas, like total Calabasas, like moms, and we laughed, we cried,
Yes.
and we felt each other up.
We did.
And by we, I mean me, because our friend Nazi, I'm going to call it out. She has the most delicious, the women with like the natural, beautiful breasts.
She's just so beautiful.
She's so gorgeous. Gorgeous Persian woman. She's like a model.
I know.
Like,
she really is.
she has that I'll never forget the first time.
She's striking.
She's striking.
Striking.
You know how I will never, ever forget the first time I laid eyes on that woman. Cause I remember being like, because it was our first event at our kids' school. And I remember being like, is this how all of the moms are there? Like, she's like, first of all,
tall
just glamorous.
Yes.
But like, there was like she has a star-like quality about her, right?
She does.
Doesn't she?
She seems like an old school movie star.
Yes.
Like that's how,
old
with
Hollywood.
Like this aura, like old Hollywood, just like tall, beautiful, like the way she carries herself.
Everything.
Yes.
And I was so like, when she wanted to be my friend, like I wanted to dance with her because it was at the gala. I remember like I got nervous that she was dancing next to me because I'm like, I swear this woman's like a star. Like, I don't know.
Stunning.
She is. And she is as sweet
and the sweetest.
And same thing, ride or die.
Oh, she will have your back. She will fight for you.
She is, oh my God, I get chills thinking about her. I need to have her on, but she's bright.
And she's blessed by God.
And she is
with
blessed.
Her assets.
She has the assets. So honey, we were all talking about our body lifts, our plastic surgery, our, my implants and this one.
Botox.
Botox.
The whole thing.
This one's getting a lift. This one's getting, and we're like all here for it. We're all celebrating it. We're all workshopping it together. And I just had to grab her boobs because they were just like, I couldn't believe that they were natural and cozy. And I started, you guys, I had this moment, and respectfully, because I have an amazing, we love our plastic surgeons. This is not a knock on them, but I got to tell you, honey, what God gave her, I don't have, like still, and I try, like I paid for it and I love what I have. I am so grateful.
My favorite line of the night
what was it?
You were like, God has blessed Nazi and Dr. Schwartz has blessed me.
All day.
I was like,
Dr.
This
Schwartz.
Is the line of the night. I love it.
It is the God's honest truth.
God's honest truth.
Oh my God. I was relishing in her boobs because they were just so spectacular. And I don't think I had ever like felt her up. Maybe it was because we had a martini or two. But anyway, that was so much fun.
It was.
But anyway, so part of the conversation, she casually, McCall over here, just throws in this term 2E, or somebody else threw in that, Benny, her oldest, skipped a grade, and JoJo is 2E. What is 2E?
So when they talk about kids, they're neurodivergent and, there's all different levels and spectrums. So he is what you call gifted 2E, which is twice exceptional. So he's very smart, But then he also has some other like sensory challenges, and some are good, some are challenges. But he is like a mini adult. You talk to him and his vocabulary is literally adult level for a 6-year-old. So the way he interprets things, and even just his humor or the way he understands and then like says things, you're like, wow, you're using that in the correct context and you're 6.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
So how does one, like, I feel like Carter is very verbal. Charlotte is not as, like she can sing. Like she's really, don't get me wrong, she is very bright. My daughter is very bright.
Incredible.
So this is just us talking about different types of intelligence or skills. But the verbal thing, Carter has also really, I'm not saying he's 2E because I have no idea about that life, but it is so rare that I've met kids that have that verbal acumen and emotional intelligence. So how do you get your kid evaluated?
So I had him evaluated because I have 2 kids. They're both incredibly smart, but they're incredibly different. And so, you know, I've got one who's like so easy. I'll be like, don't do this. He's like, okay, mom, do this. Okay, mom. Like, just super mellow. Then I've got one who is the complete opposite. And I am sitting there some nights pulling my hair out. I'm like, what is going on? What am I doing wrong? Like, he's so smart, but there's all these other challenges we're dealing with. And I talked to my pediatrician, who Dr. Tanya Allman, who's incredible. And she was like, I think you should go talk to a few different people. So we found a doctor named Dr. Batra. She's in Santa Monica. She does child developmental type things, and she tests kids. And so we had him evaluated, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, is he autistic? Is there something going on? And she's like, no, he's actually incredibly intelligent. He just has some, you know, sensory processing things and whatnot, and he just does things differently. So when my little one is ready to show up for school or whatever he's doing, he will show up. But when he is not ready for that, he does not care if he's going to the principal's office, if he's getting in trouble. When he's not ready, he's not ready. And so he just does things on his time and when it feels right for him. And when he does it, he's incredibly smart, but it has to be in the right situations and circumstances, whether it's friendships. You know, he gets easily overwhelmed. Sometimes he'll say, Mom, I feel stressed. I'm like, wow, you're 6 and you're telling me you feel stressed. So,
gosh, I feel like Carter should be looked at for that, because one thing I was struggling with Carter was that it was coming up like he was having what now he's coined. He goes, I have anger issues. And I'm like, I know my child, like, you don't have anger issues. Like, I don't even like this label and where this came from.
But maybe he has challenges with ways of expressing himself.
Exactly.
Because JoJo has that. Like, he has challenges in how he communicates and how things that he wants to say, when he wants to say them. And if he can't say them, like, very rigid.
Yes. And I think because he is so advanced, like when I say advanced, I'm talking about emotional intelligence wise. He has always been like this very old soul, very articulate.
That's how my kids
says
are.
Just the craziest thing. Like my whole family, just the craziest things. But this concept of him having anger issues, obviously for me, I'm like, as a mom, like,
you're like, no, what do you mean?
I don't want people saying that. And now it's like, it's been a thing at school, and I'm like, what is this all about? Because at home you don't have anger issues, you get frustrated. But what I've done is I've sat down with him and I'm like, tell me what happened. He has very clear explanations, not like defending himself, but I can understand when he recounts what happened. Like, for example, a kid, he was playing basketball on the basketball court at school. And a kid came and took a soccer ball, first yelled at him and said, get off the basketball court because we're going to play soccer here. He's like, but this is the only place I can shoot baskets.
I'm here.
Yeah. And the kid was not respecting the fact that he doesn't have an alternate. First of all, he was there first. But what happened was Carter got so frustrated because the kid took his ball and like threw it at Carter's ball. And like Carter started to like cry and get really upset and frustrated.
Yeah.
And all the, I guess, counselors or whoever's at school, all they see is like some kid being like, Carter's like is causing, like, you know, the kid like blamed Carter, and Carter's so frustrated because he feels that he's not being heard.
Right.
And I'm not saying my child's perfect, because I assure you, like,
None
he's
of our
not,
kids
and
are.
I'm not perfect, and again, this is like that conflict resolution at all. So the point is like, I see that Carter's getting frustrated when he's not being able to share his perspective like an adult.
Right.
You know how we need validation?
Yes.
When he does, what I realize is he loses his mind when he doesn't get validation at school, because at home, I validate him.
Of course.
That's when he has quote unquote anger issues. And I'm like, I'm just trying to like workshop that and understand like how to
navigate through that.
It's just so hard.
So that's why we went to go see someone, because I was trying to navigate all of these like really challenging situations and figure out, because first I'm like, okay, is my kid just being really difficult, or is there something else? And then when I realized there was something else, I put my mom hat on, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like, when I talk to him now, I actually get on my knees and I like get on his level so that we can look at each other eye to eye, because I'm like, how can I best support you? How can we figure this out? How can we workshop this? What is going on? And even when we were at that birthday party like a few weeks ago, he was like really challenged. He goes, Mom, I feel really overwhelmed. There's a lot of kids here.
That's so
And
impressive.
then he said to me, he goes, do you remember at my birthday party, I felt really overwhelmed. That's how I feel now.
Wow. That is bravo that he can verbalize.
6.
That is, I'm telling you, that's very similar to Carter. He would be able to verbalize things like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting, because when you fast forward, you always hear these stories from like, whether it's like Gary Vee, or I mean, you always hear these like hero stories of like these really successful people and how they struggled, whether it was in school or with connecting with kids their age or whatever. They end up being these like exceptionally bright people.
Because I don't think that they navigate and go through life doing the norm.
No.
So like, while I have one child who he's very emotionally deep, but he can acclimate very well with like just kids his age in general and school and life.
Yes.
I have another one who is like, time out. I need to explain myself. And if I can't explain myself in this way, in this fashion, like, I'm going to lose my mind. So
wow, that is, so maybe Carter's like,
I think we are going to send you.
Is that a spectrum thing?
I don't know. They just call it like neurodivergent, which yes, I guess it would be, because like autism is a neurodivergent type of thing.
I mean, I'm proud of my kid, whatever
so am I.
bucket.
I say whatever bucket you're in, but it's funny because I remember like he talked late, and then there were like a few milestone things where I was like, wait a second, like, are we missing something? Is something, not developmentally happening when it should? And then the truth is he talks, but his brain just has to work at his speed and at his level, and like noise really bothers him. So if there's a loud sound, like going like this, and I don't know, it's just learning. When I put myself and I said, okay, I'm gonna figure out how to best support you instead of getting frustrated, it changed things.
Yeah, that's what
it
it
really
is.
did.
That's what it is. You have to really meet your child where they're at, them.
And instead of expecting them to be in this place where you think everyone should be, but really everyone has individual needs.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that. That is so good. I wonder if Carter's like exceptional. Like, I want him to be exceptional.
I want you to go to this doctor.
I'm like, are you on the spectrum and exceptional? Because it reminds me of...
And that's the thing, because people who are exceptional, they have other things. It's not like, oh, I'm
like
so
a double edge.
smart. That's exactly what it is. So it's a double edge, because they may have ADHD, or they may have autism, or they may have, sensory processing issues, and that can affect the giftedness. So it is a double-edged sword, because they have this blessing where they're so incredibly smart, but then they have this
they struggle in other
incredible
areas.
challenges where they struggle in other areas. And I want to try to best support my kids so when they're out on their own one day, they know how to tackle the world and how to like go do
and they're
life.
well adjusted.
And they're adjusted and they can do it in a way that feels safe and in a way that feels like they're supported.
Yeah, it's getting them to the place that you and I feel like we finally
are.
arrived.
I know.
Right? And it's making sure that they feel good in their skin, that they have tools in their toolkit to like navigate this crazy ass world, and that they know themselves and they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Like all those things. I love, you're such a great mom. See, I told you she was
We
fabulous.
are
you
both
guys.
great moms.
I don't know. I feel like I ebb and flow. Brian's been a little bit annoyed with me because just I work so much, and it kind of makes me giggle because I'm like, I swear I think he'd prefer if I like was a stay-at-home mom. But he's so supportive of me. He would never like, assert that, but like I don't know.
No, I think our husbands love that like we are not the women who just sit at home and ladies who lunch, and like we could easily be, but like we choose this hard for ourselves because we know we're capable of doing it and like crushing life.
And also because we have a penchant for torture.
Yes.
Yes. It all sounds so sexy.
It really does.
Well, I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of the fact that you're my friend.
I love being your friend. I'm so grateful that I
you.
have you as a friend.
Likewise. You know that that's true. I feel 100% the same. Gosh, I just adore you. So how can people stalk you the way I always do?
So you can find me on Instagram at Crane Pilates, or you can find my personal, which is Pilates by McCall. And then come take a class at the studio. You need to come take a class.
I do. I feel sore just thinking about it.
It's so
and
good,
I so desperately need it.
It's so good. And we're at the Erewhon Calabasas shopping center.
So good. What a great location. I'm so happy for you.
You can go get your groceries, your $35 smoothie, take a Pilates class, do all the things, and then go pick your kids up from school.
Yeah, that's what we do.
All in a day.
All in a day.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I love you.
This was amazing. I love you too.
Okay, we're done.
All right. That is it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and be sure to follow us at Iconic Nation Media and send us a direct message and comment on some of our posts so that we can hear your feedback and incorporate them into our show. We appreciate you listening, and we look forward to catching you next week.